Hello everyone, this is Serenes here, back with another awesome Halo 5 video for you guys today. Today guys, starting up with the wave of new content with quite a special game here today and playing with two of my besties of all time. I am playing in this gameplay with my bestie Ryan, but also the legendary Domey, and it's been such a long time since I played with Domey. It was so nice to be able to play with him the other night for a few games in Slayer, and it was just really good to hear his voice again, and honestly the greatest pleasure to be playing with Domey again for a little bit. So you know, Thomas is a great friend of mine, and just to show him some love in this video, because I've always really loved playing with him. He's such an inspiration to me as a player and a person, and just really great that he you know, still plays now and again. And what can I say to play better than with Dome Rocked, guys? So just want to give Tom some love in this video. But it's really nice to be playing with both of them, and in this gameplay we did actually have a little team of four, but our four flagged out, who was a wild long shot in these night of games. So he actually lagged out unfortunately on this one, so that was left Ryan, Domey and myself to fend for ourselves against four players. So this is how it went down, guys, on Coliseum Slayer. This was one of my placement games into champion level of Slayer, and I've got a nice matchup coming up next time where I'm playing with Ryan, Robbie or and Gangsters in a match against a team of four at champion level. So that would be more, you know, like I guess you could say sweaty, but this game was sweaty as well. You know, obviously to win a 3v4 is quite a funny thing to do to the other team, so I was really happy with the way this game went, and I hope you guys enjoy this gameplay playing with my bestie Ryan and my bestie Domey. So I really hope you guys enjoy this gameplay. So at the start, obviously, we were thinking, oh, we're down a man, so that's never a good thing, but, you know, we'd try and make it happen. I was still positive at this point because, you know, I'm playing with two of the greatest, Snipey and Domey, so I was like, you know, we got this, and had a pretty good start to retrieve the sniper rifle. Unfortunately, we didn't get a hold of the rocket, so that was unfortunate. As you can see, that's a few of my deaths there is accounted for the rockets coming off my spawn here. It's really important when you're a player down in a match. Like generally, like you're not going to play this type of games. You usually have 4-on-4 scenario, but it's always important that you stick really well, stick really close to your teammates, and don't rush out silly, because obviously you're at the disadvantage in terms of, you know, being a player down. So you have to make sure that you're kind of like, you know, always sticking together, because you have to use the most of your numbers when you get a free moment to isolate a player of one of the team of four. So it's really important that you make full use of that. That's why in this gameplay I kind of take a passive role and don't always jump out on the aggressor against the red team here. Some really nice perfect shots with a pistol at close range. Some nice shots onto that guy on top catwalk. That's going to help my teammate out. Always when I'm playing a 3v4 as well, like down a player or down in numbers, I always try and look where my teammates are when I'm placing down shots. And I knew at that moment in time when I was placing those shots on that guy on top catwalk that I had a teammate that was going towards snipe, so I then, you know, communicate that to my teammate, and that's a really great way of like opening up kills on the map, where you can sort of plan what kind of kills you're going to go for with your teammates. It's like next level tier of play if you can always achieve that. That bit there, unfortunately before I died, unfortunately I couldn't finish that guy off. At this point I'm trying to get the rockets, so I'm looking to make my way to retrieve those, get some nice shots on the guy who picks them up, but unfortunately I can't challenge that further because I've got another player that's going to try and look for me as I look to aggress their rocket player. So that's annoying that we didn't get rockets again. At this point I figure I'm at disadvantage because there's a guy on top catwalk as well in Coliseum, so it's a great place to put shots down, and I realised that they have the full advantage there, so I back way up to try and get away. At this point I see the sniper rifle's grabbed, so I know that someone's got that. So at this point my teammates die due to the rocket or, you know, something else on the map, so I decide to get that kill on the sniper player and just, you know, play it cool and play it safe for a little bit until my teammates spawn. At this point here, it would have been really nice if I could have hit that shot on that guy before he dropped down in the maze. It was unfortunate there was no kind of like way of me getting away there, and we're down by like 4 kills or something. I think the score's 17-13 to them on the previous screen there, so we just have to make the best of what we have at this point. You know, Ryan, don't self, we have to just see what can be available and try and pick off the you know, the best picks, and always communicating with my teammates on what I'm doing and like where I'm, you know, trying to go, or, you know, how many players I can see. It's always important in Halo 5 or any Halo game you're playing, like, to get the most amount of information that you can when you're playing a match like this. So it's really important. At this point here, put some nice shots on this guy who drops away with the maze. Very difficult to kills on the maze in Coliseum, especially when you're down in numbers, because you know, it can be a difficult area to try and clear someone up if you've got other people looking to pick you off from that side of the map. At this point here, pretty good kill on the guy with the sniper rifle. Hopefully I can use this to a bit of potential, because that would really help out my teammates. At this point here, don't hit any heads, but at least get the body shot near that guy on sniper rifle. That's going to keep him weak. At this point here, get naded from the other side of rocket ramp, but before I sort of retreat, I managed to get a shot on that guy for Domey to clear up. So that was a really nice shot that I did here. Here, only one bullet, so I'm trying to go with the no scope, and unfortunately it doesn't sort of pay off, and I'm going to get taken out there, unfortunately. So at this point, I'm coming off my spawn, guys. I'm going to want to regroup my teammates and think of another strategy now of how we can sort of build a bit of a lead and you know, try and take this game, steal this game off the team of 4. So that's what I'm looking to do right here. Throw a nice grenade and see if I can catch anyone off with that that's weak around this corner on the flag side. It's quite funny looking back with this game as well, because I remember Ryan and Domey also saying that we could just quit, you know, to get you know, Joe back in a wild long shot. So just to see this game play back, it's really funny looking back, the fact that we even won this game, you know, playing against 4 players and just in a little trio. But used to love playing with these guys in Halo 3, well, always playing with them in any Halo game, but in Halo 3 MCC, and Ryan and I said, you know, with Gamble we do a trio, and we're just demonstrating the trio here with Domey as well. So really nice to get this win. At this point, just like trying to stay alive here. I was really impressed at this part of the game actually at the time with how well I actually was able to be a distraction, because I was no shields since coming off, you know, sort of jumping around the maze area, and was able to stay alive for like such a long time for Ryan and Domey to sort of get there to help me with the battle. So although I didn't really do much in that particular life, I stayed alive for a particularly long time. And in this gameplay, like, we all pretty much were borderline like 1 positive in this gameplay. I think Domey and Ryan both went 19 kills, 18 deaths with, you know, good amount of assists between them, and I went 12 kills and 12 deaths in this gameplay. So like, all of us really made like all of our deaths, like trying to do as much as we could in that, you know, individual life. At this point here, do a nice job to get the rockets, just trying to stay alive. This bit was a really nice way to stay alive here, because I knew that I was getting looked at by the other players. I was calling out to Ryan and Domey that, you know, I gotta make sure I can try and get away with these. Domey hits a clutch snipe and I'm able to get away and get now BR and rockets. That's a huge bit of play right there. At this point, I see Ryan's challenging to kill bottom mid, so I try to help him, so I don't want him to die. Covering him as much as I can, obviously at the expense of not losing the rockets. Just want to take my time with these rockets, because guaranteed kills for us in this 3v4 game, so I just really don't want to waste them. Get a nice one there onto that guy that was just in front of me near Blue Cave, and just looking to get some more kills right here. Domey gets taken out, so I know that there's someone in the vicinity around this corner, but have to be careful with taking your rockets in particular areas on Coliseum. Like I've talked about this before, and when I used to play Champ Free For All, because the geometry of the map coming on the flag side, it's very easy for someone to outshoot you before you can even fire a good rocket from range. So you just have to be careful where you take them on Coliseum. Make sure that you land them properly, because if you get caught out in the open, it's really hard to hit a rocket, you know, from a distance on contact on this map from someone far away. So at this point here, do a really nice job of getting the sniper rifle and getting it away back to my teammates. It's really important that when you have the sniper on Coliseum, even when you're playing a fair 4v4, but particularly in 3v4, that you take it to the right location, because obviously you want to be well supported by your teammates when you have a sniper rifle on this map. And obviously in this game I didn't want to give away any advantages. Unfortunately I couldn't stay alive there, so that was really unfortunate. I didn't really get to use much of that sniper rifle. I know this guy is really weak here, and I would have liked to have progressed the kill, but I know if I do, there's possibly a chance I could get cleared up by another player, so I choose to play it safe and just let him kind of stew in bottom middle, because I'm trying to sort of make sure that I don't leave my teammates sort of you know, under potential for any threats. So at this point I feel it's safer just to sort of pull back a little bit, and you know, possibly could have done something different there, could have maybe put more of a challenge for rockets, because at this point I'm kind of like no shields, trying to stay alive and just hoping I don't get cleared up. But luckily it pays off. I'm able to get an SMG beat down right there, At this point, still looking at the top catwalk area because that's where I was getting shot from before. I realised I don't really have good enough ground to push. I think at this time Ryan was saying, you know, we got rockets. I'm like, no, I didn't get them, so we're going to have to keep our distance from them a bit. Really nice call out from Domey there. He said there was a guy top cat weak. I would have to be looking in the air and I'd put shots on him for him to clear up. And another nice kill from Domey there. I think that's on the kill feed. And at this point, Ryan gets taken out by the rockets. Unfortunately, we can get those, so we just have to be alert of where that rocket player is going to be. So at the moment, he's somewhere on red flag, so just taking our time here to be careful. Get some nice shots to the SMG there. Unfortunately, can't get away, and that's going to leave me cleared up. So at this point, really nice plays, big kills from you know, Ryan and Domey at this point because you know, with one of the teammates dead to get sort of kills in a 2v4 scenario. There's a very nice bit of play. See the new sniper rifle comes up here, so I've alerted the other team to my position, but you know, Domey spawned on me, so I've got a good opportunity to get away. Setting up with here, blue cave, possibly could have been more aggressive with it here, would have loved to have got that kill that Domey set up there. I think I got one of them. There was another kill I potentially could have got there, so at this point just trying to stay alive. Unfortunately, I've got someone on blue flag that's going to challenge me. At this point, there's no other, you know, thing for me to do because Ryan and Domey spawned on the other side of the map, so all I could really do was go for the challenge. All that I could have done better there would be, you know, to obviously hit an accurate no scope. You know, it happens sometimes, it doesn't happen on others, and unfortunately I couldn't make it work on that occasion. At this point I see Domey chasing someone, so I'd say I'm going to be here for him and I'll clear this guy up. Very nice play to do that whilst getting, you know, chased by someone else. I really love, you know, key moments in Halo games like that, like when you're playing anything like doubles or Slayer, when you've been put to no shields and you're still able to help your teammate with a particular kill. Like surviving in that kind of scenario is going to buy your team and give you so much time, like moving forward in the game like that. So those kills are really satisfying to get, you know, when you've been made weak but yet still managed to get a kill and stay alive. That's a massive you know, thing that you can do in games. It really buys you the maximum amount of time. At this point here, just looking to close up the game, guys. I couldn't believe that, you know, Ryan, Domey and myself actually pulled this off. It was so funny to win this 3v4. I mean, there were times this gameplay, like I said, it's why it makes me laugh. But the fact that, you know, we were saying, oh, let's just quit and get Joe back in. But we pulled it off, and even at this point, closing to the end, it came pretty down to the wire. So I just want to make sure that we didn't choke this game, considering how well we were doing. So definitely wanted to win, and it was quite funny when we won this one. I did have a little chuckle to myself and my friends here, and at this point I know there's a guy in blue cave. I let Ryan know that I've got a hit marker in there, and he's just, as you can see, he's doing his little crouching movement to get the kill. And really nice play. As you can see, Domey gets a kill before getting taken out. So it's another 2 kills to 1 kill there, so nice bit of play. At this point, Domey says there was a guy weak on top cat. Unfortunately, I just looked away at the wrong moment there as Ryan was able to get him to 1 shot, and I could have had that kill. It was really frustrating that I didn't get it. So they started to make a little bit of a comeback towards the end here, but luckily for us, I think that's Ryan that closes out the game. He spots the guy no shields at top snipe and is able to clear it off. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. It was a really nice placement game from Domey, Ryan and myself. It was great playing with these guys. Really great to play with Domey again. Much love to him. Love playing with Thomas. He's a great guy, and Brian as well. And to pull off things like this 3v4 win in a placement game for my champion Slayer, it was really satisfying. So next time, guys, I've got a gameplay that I played on my newly earned champion this season, the Slayer playlist. So I hope you guys look forward to it. It's against a team of 4 next time. This was Serenities, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.